I, 23 female, got revenge on my brother, 23 male, and now he's trying to make me feel bad about it. My twin brother is quite cruel. He's always doing stupid things to me. But the worst event occurred 5 years ago. My first boyfriend came along when I was 18 and a senior in high school. I know we were young, but I truly, really liked him. We'd been dating for 10 months when my brother decided, for no apparent reason, to fabricate a tale about how he caught me cheating and tell it to my boyfriend. He organized everything, came up with specifics, and made it all seem believable. My partner believed him since he's such a terrifyingly skilled liar and master manipulator. He believed my brother above me, no matter what I said or did to show otherwise. My brother maintained his act throughout and refused to confess he was lying. I believed I'd finally persuaded my lover to trust me, but he broke up with me a few months later and said it was because he was still sure I cheated on him and couldn't get over it. The hardest thing is that you won't simply give me the truth, he added, and it still bothers me. I want to weep every time I think about it. Even to this day, I miss him. I never got over what my brother did, and I always vowed myself that one day I would do the same thing to him. He'd dated a few females since high school, but he'd never been serious enough about any of them for me to think of duping them. I figured if I simply duped one of his flings or anything, it wouldn't hurt him like he wounded me. But he eventually obtained his first serious girlfriend last year, and after much deliberation, I decided to go forward with it. Because we now reside in separate cities, I had to do everything online. I took a different approach than he did, contacting his girlfriend under the guise of the female he'd been cheating with. I made up an extensive comprehensive tale, just as he did to me, and even photoshopped evidence and other such nonsense. I made my narrative much more credible than he did. And just as he did to me, I went so far as to deny it to him because I was afraid he'd use my text/calls to show to his girlfriend that it wasn't real. He knows I'm behind it, though, since he didn't cheat and no one else would do it. But I continue to deny it. It's been a week. His girlfriend believes me completely, and my brother continues phoning and messaging me, pleading with me to give it up, despite the fact that I still haven't confessed it's me. He's manipulating me and claiming that it's different, since he did it to me when I was younger and my relationship wasn't serious. But, as I previously said, my relationship was serious and I still miss my ex. My brother really, truly screwed me up. I, on the other hand, have empathy, he does not, and I'm beginning to feel horrible. Half of me believes I'm simply being influenced by him as usual and that I should keep to my plan, while the other half is beginning to regret this and believes I should tell his girlfriend the truth. Should I be upset? And do I have to tell her the truth? It's also worth noting that my brother has never apologized for what he did. He's so cruel that he thinks it's hilarious. I even asked him once if he'd consider calling my ex and telling him the truth for my own peace of mind, and he simply laughed. Update. So me and his girlfriend exchanged a few more DM. She's still convinced that I'm some random lady my brother cheated with, obviously, and she asked me a question that led to her confessing that she's been skeptical of him for a long time. I prodded a little and urged her to check through his phone, but she said she couldn't since she didn't know the password and he wouldn't let her. But then I guessed a couple passcodes that I thought it may be and provided them to her under the premise of seeing it once, but not knowing which one I'd seen, which was kind of stupid, but I couldn't think of anything else to say and she didn't question it. She got in because it was the same one he'd had since 2012, when our father gave us iPhones and forced us to use the same passcode. Idiot. Anyway, for the most part, he's been chatting to and hooking up with several ladies during the duration of their relationship. I'm not surprised, since he's a nasty guy and infidelity seems to be perfectly up his alley, but I'm not astonished. I can't believe everything worked out so flawlessly. It seems like a dream or something. I am adored by the cosmos. I don't want to take pleasure in his girlfriend's agony, but I was feeling awful about her being collateral damage. I know I didn't mention it in the initial post, but I believed it was implied. So this seems like the best possible ending. My story turned out to be the truth. Not precisely, but you get the idea, so I didn't scar his girlfriend or leave her with chronic injury for no cause. All my involvement accomplished was hasten the process of revealing the truth. In fact, if it hadn't been for me, My brother may have been able to conceal his adultery forever. He would have most likely manipulated his girlfriend in slash or refused to allow her phone access indefinitely. Also, I love how all of the top comments on my post called my brother a sociopath, since he is, and I didn't want to say anything about it. I've spent years being told that when I accuse him of being a psychopath, I'm just being theatrical, so I feel extremely seen today, even if it's only from a lot of strangers. I'm still not going to tell my brother that I set him up since it's pointless. That would just lead me into more trouble. My favorite reply was deny till you die, baby, because that's precisely what I want to do, haha. Life is insane. Edit. I failed to clarify that his girlfriend hasn't dumped him yet, and I'm not sure she will. I'm not sure how important that is, but it demonstrates how manipulative he is. He swindles people all the time, yet he always gets his way. It's both frustrating and terrifying. Story 2. My wife cheated on me and gave me a hall pass to cheat on her. I used it and met an awesome woman. My wife, 40F, had an affair and then encouraged me, 40M, to sleep with someone as a way of trying to make up. My marriage is doing much better, but I've developed feelings for my new partner, 32F, and have been thinking about leaving my wife. I have been married to my wife for 12 years, but together 14 in total. We had a good marriage, even great at times, before her affair. I won't say our marriage was perfect, because it wasn't, but in looking back I don't see anything I did which justified her affair. I do admit that sometimes I spent too much time at work or on our kids and not enough on her, which I think is common among most married couples at some point, but I was not a bad husband by any means. In October of 2018, she started an affair with her coworker. She had been having an emotional affair with him for longer, but this is when it became physical. Their affair lasted until May 2019. That is when she broke it off. She then confessed everything to me in July 2019. She says that she always felt what she was doing was wrong, but justified it to herself by telling herself that I didn't care about our marriage anymore. When I asked her to go to counseling with me after I began to feel she was pulling away and we weren't connecting anymore, April 2019, and she saw that I really did care still, she began to feel guilty and eventually broke things off. She admits that she initially wasn't planning to tell me about the affair, but she felt guilty over this too, and got to the point in July where she felt like she was going to have a breakdown if she didn't confess. Things were bad after I found out about the affair. I didn't move out for the sake of our kids, but I wanted to be away from her. We barely talked unless it involved the kids. There was no affection. I didn't want to divorce her, but I didn't see how I could get past the cheating. She kept apologizing and telling me she would do anything to fix our marriage and floated the idea of me sleeping with someone else if it would help. Eventually I realized that I couldn't keep living in this limbo. I either had to divorce her or work on our marriage. I decided to at least give our marriage a shot to see if anything could be salvaged, mostly because she chose to come clean and I felt like that was a sign she was truly remorseful, even though she had planned to keep the affair from me at first. We were able to start counseling in October 2019, but I didn't feel like it was working and told her I felt like I was wasting my time. She begged me to keep going to counseling and again encouraged me to sleep with someone if it would make me feel better. I thought about it more this time than when she first mentioned it, and the more I thought about it, the more I felt like I would not be able to get past this until I slept with someone too. In hindsight, I don't think that was a healthy attitude, but that was how I felt. I decided around January of this year that I would accept her offer of a pass. When I told my wife her only condition was that I keep going to counseling. I met my partner in February. She's pretty incredible. I was only expecting to have a fling with her, but it has become a lot more. I feel we are compatible in ways my wife and I never were. She knows about my situation and has been very understanding. She admitted to me recently that she wants more. She doesn't just want to be my sex partner. She wants us to be a couple. Part of me feels the same way. I can't deny that I have wondered what life would be like with her. I think we could be very happy together in ways I may no longer be able to be happy with my wife. The idea of a fresh start is very appealing. On the other hand, I don't know if I am thinking clearly about this. I feel like I may be falling into the trap of thinking the grass is greener. We've only known each other for a short period of time. My wife has also been working really hard to save our marriage, and I can say that we are in a much better place. For the first time since I learned about the affair, I think that our marriage is salvageable and I can see a future for us together. I doubt I can ever fully get over the affair, but I think we can be happy again. That is my dilemma. It's better for my kids if I chose their mom. They may even hate me if I leave her for my partner and they find out how our relationship started. My relationship with my kids is my top priority. On the other hand, I wonder what kind of relationship I can have with my wife. I forgive her, but I don't know how I won't always have trust issues. It's a lot of baggage to live with for the rest of my life, and I'm not sure that is something I want. Of course, there's no guarantee the new relationship would work, so I could be leaving my marriage for nothing. I'm not sure what to do.